Alright. Welcome back, everyone. Even though, yes, we are climbing the Alpe today, this is not the sub 34 attempt. Essentially, I want to get a better understanding of what's going on at particular powers. And so, the game plan today is I'm going to hold 340 watts. I'm going to take a lactate at 9 minutes, at 19, and at 29. Might end up being like 9, 18, 27, every 9 minutes. So we're going to take a lactate. The goal at 340 watts is for that lactate to stay dead steady. So I'd like to see it not moving more than 1 millimole between measurements. And then, based on that, once we get to the 5 minute to go mark, then I'm gonna put in a good effort. So this is very much a training ride. It's still probably gonna be a quick time, but this is gonna be a good little training exercise. We'll get a baseline, see where we're at.
You have reached the message bank of...
little high to start. Makes somewhat sense because we're coming in from a run and I just did the warm-up not too long ago. How you doing, Matthias? I don't know if you saw the beginning. This is not a sub 34 attempt. This is a training ride. I'm just gonna be sitting at 340, and I'm gonna take lactate at about every 9 minutes, and then the final 5 minutes, then I'll put in an effort. But we're gonna try to have it so that we stay stable. I'd like to have it so that lactate doesn't move more than 1 millimole at a time from interval to interval, because that would indicate to me that we're under or at MLSS. So that's the game plan. All right, so music's gonna go up. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, it should be interesting. I wanna learn more about what's going on the Alp at various powers and intensities. So week 1 here, I'm gonna be doing 340, and as I said, I want to keep even. And then if it does, then next week or the week after, we'll go to 345, 350, and see. I mean, at that point, you're pretty much where you need to be, but oh, that's a good song. All right, so 340 is where we're going to sit. Get nice and cozy. Hopefully we can stay like dead even, so I'd rather we don't have huge spikes.
Here's my key, philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity, infinity, infinity. Infinity, the time goes by so naturally while you receive infinity. Here's my key, philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity, infinity, infinity.
Henry. Thank you. So we're going to test in about 4 minutes. Hey, George. The live stream's just cut. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what's going on. If it cuts out, guys, I'm not gonna try to fix it. up, man. 7.2. It's not 7.2. I might say F it to the lactate part, even though that's the whole part. Like, this thing drives me nuts. I emailed them the other day, and they're like, yeah, do this. I've done that. It's also just hard doing it on my own. It's not 7.2, I'll tell you that. conclusion. It's too hard to do on my own. So I'm just gonna go by feel. And we're gonna hold 340. This feels like steady state. And then we'll see if we can pick it up in the last 5. I don't wanna blow like 20 test strips. They're expensive. I should have had my dad helping. It's good training still.
Attention. This is a warning. If this is too loud, it's rude.
So, about 9 minutes we pick it up, 8 minutes. I think my goal is 380 for the last 5. If I can do that, I'll be very happy. Say 360 is the minimum I want to see. Minimum, for sure.
I was just I'm calling for you, but it's coming. I'm surrounded. Tonight, find a way to hide. Okay. Saw you looking through my window. Premonition of an April love. All the stories I knew like a dream. Came back from being inside. Saw you sleeping in my bed. Premonition of an April love. All the stories I knew like a dream. Came back from being inside.
We're gonna go at about the power up symbol. 140. Woo! 396. Excellent. Felt a little mess up with the lactate, probably sub 35. Doing 30 minutes controlled, 5 minutes hard. Annoying at the lactate, but it was just like I could have done it again, but it's like I don't want to have to blow so many. I should have just had my dad help me. But I'm not going to just blow 50 strips. It's so hard to do on your own with this stupid meter. Like, you need help with this one. It's too hard. Even though that was a good blood draw and everything. Anyways, I wasn't going to blow 50 strips. That was excellent. That was, I think, 29:30, 3:40, just cruising along. Really is probably 3:41 because I had to stop. Like that whole entire flat turn there was like barely pedaling as I was trying to take the lactate. But that last 5 minutes was really good. That was the game plan, right? The game plan was take lactate 9, 18, 27. Have it be, 4 millimole, something like that. And not vary by more than a millimole. More than one. Anyways, I got a messed up reading on the first one there. As I said, just too darn hard manipulating this thing on my own at 340 watts, oddly. But nonetheless, I just kept it by feel then. And I'd say 340 could be held right now for an hour. Like I was pretty darn, like you saw me, my heart rate was probably, it'll be really interesting looking at the stats on this one. I think my heart rate maybe averaged 168, 169. So like, for me that's like just brushing into threshold type heart rates. Like it's at bottom end, I'd say bottom end threshold. And then yeah, like the last 5, I probably could have started a little harder. But I don't really know how long. I thought that'd be about 5 and a bit minutes from the power up. But I built it beautifully. I think at the first turn I was maybe 383. Second turn around, got the power back to like 385. And then coming around at the bend, final bend, lost a little bit on the turn. And then got it to 396, 397. So like that is phenomenal. I'm really proud of that. That's what this whole ride was about. It was tire me out for 30 minutes, put like a good chunk into the legs, and then like shred the last 5 minutes. Oh, we got some. Thank you. Thanks everyone. It was like, that was phenomenal. That's close to 7 watts per kilogram for 5.5 minutes after, 29.5 minutes at, I don't know, what is that? So it's 340 on the dot. I mean, we lost like 4 watts doing the stupid thing. And I mean, I could have done it again, but it was just like, you know what? Do it properly. Have Dad down here. Do it properly, and if you want to test MLSS, test MLSS like that. And like, don't have pressure. I could have done it, and I should have done it again maybe. I felt like I just got, and the Lancets that I got from Amazon are absolute horrendous. I'm leaving them like 1/2 a star. Like, some of the needles are like bent. Some of them are like this. Some of them are super short. Some of them are super long. And yet they got like 5 stars. I don't know who's reviewing them. But in any case, so like that one, it gave me like a kind of a weird little like prick. It wasn't perfect. But anyways, it was actually still like, I mean, if I look at it, it's like, that's a perfect blood draw. 7.2, and I'm basically breathing through my nose. I don't think so. Like, but any case, the whole ride was about the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes was effing banging. So, I don't really care. I'd say we're super fit. I really just wanted to do that. Like, I was thinking about this all week, was like, I really just want to smash the heck out of the last 5 minutes. But not just doing a 5-minute, right? I can do a 5-minute and, you know, put some, like, magnificent power out. But it's about what you can do when you're tired. So, like, let's sit at steady state, right? And that was about steady state, 340. We ran for 15K right before this. So, I mean, like, there's some fatigue in the legs. I mean, I was jogging, but still. It was steady state, 340. Put some fatigue, but not like metabolic fatigue. Put just like, I'm tired. Not like I got crazy amounts of lactate sitting in my legs, right? That type of fatigue. I don't want metabolic fatigue. So, sit there, have lactate sit dead steady. If I took another one, it would have been. Probably should have taken one at the end, but it doesn't really tell me anything. If it comes up and says 10, it's like, great, who cares, right? But it would have been more interesting to see it throughout. I know it's above threshold at the end. I don't really need a thing to tell me that, but yeah, 396, 397, and man, I wish that went for 30 more seconds, guys. If I went for 30 more seconds, I could have got that over 400 for sure. Like, because I was feeling, the beginning was like, uh-oh. Like, not uh-oh, like, this is feeling bad, but, you know, you have previous memories in your head of Alpe du Zwifts and screaming pain. Here you're like, is this like insane? Starting at 385 after 30 minutes at 340? Like, even though it felt controlled, it's like, it's still 340 watts, right? So, is this absolutely stupid? Like, am I going to blow up magnificently? But, no, I could have kept that for 10 minutes. I'm telling you. Super effort. I'm really happy with that. Like, the time, as I said before this thing, I'm not going for a PR today. This was not an official Alpe attempt, right? It was just, I want to see what's going on, and I want to control the effort instead of it being like, and finish strong. That was the big thing. Finish strong. And so you can mentally have that in your head. That, yeah, you know, I could probably have bumped that up, maybe to 345, something like that, and then maybe the next 10 minutes hold like that kind of an effort. Like, not 400, but like, you know, trickle it up a little bit nice and progressively, and yeah, get it to 360 overall and go sub 34. Like, that's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to just finish strong, really strong, after fatigue, because as I said, I know I'm more than capable of doing massive 5-minute powers when I'm fresh. I know I can do it. I've done it many times, right? I know I can do intervals of 5-minute intervals and just bang them out one at a time. What is going on with my heart rate? Like, get it together, man. Anyway, so this was, I want to see if what you got 5 minutes, you know, after a chunk. And so that was a massive success. 35:10 still good. It's sub 35 without the lactate crap. crapping out on me, because that turn was probably only 300 watts or something like that. And that was and that's one of the longer turns on the course. That one. That's one that you gain a lot of speed, I think. Anyways, this is going to be fascinating to see the stats on this. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I should have changed the title. Alpe du Zwift. Max 5 minute at the end or something. I saw we didn't get a lot of people in the first 25 minutes there. Appreciate you guys. You guys are champs. What is the problem with you? Maybe it's confused. Never seen you under 120 before. This is bizarre. Who the heck's riding the bike right now? It's not. Maybe it needs a minimum. It needs a minimum amount for it to kick in. Good hydration throughout. Decent. My mouth was pretty bone dry at the end there. The spit indicates it. And it is frigid down here right now. I opened the window this morning, and on April Fool's, no joke though, we had snow on the ground. Yes, 100%. I don't like the chest strap. I have very salty sweat, George, so I'm very prone to chafing everywhere. Usually I'll come in from runs and underneath my arms here, like under here and here will be super chafed. Yeah, this thing's on a massive delay right now. Maybe I just have to hit the slide button. Oh, there we go. But yeah, so the chest strap will be just another avenue for chafe, for me at least. So I'll do I like the armband a lot more. I've never really had issues with the armband. Every now and then I see some false spikes on it. Like in run workouts in particular, I'll see it spike up oddly. You'll be 175, 175, 175, 175. This is during intervals or something. And then right at the end it'll spike up and be 183 for a second or something, and it kind of annoys me. But overall, especially steady stuff, I've never really had any issues with it on the bike other than right now. Never really had it drop out or anything. I find it very, I just forget about it. I like that about the chest strap. I always know it's there, and it just bugs me. And I feel like it's always slipping down. So I'm having to almost run, trying to be big chest, running with a big chest to keep it up kind of thing. That makes sense. I thought that Italian guy was gonna give me a little run in the beginning. He was going really hard. I don't know what he was doing. He was going 6.8 and then just absolutely died around turn 2. Well, I mean, the testament right now to my fitness is even at the end there, I felt, as I said, I can go another 10 minutes right now. This isn't that bad at all. That was very sustainable 35-minute climb. Woo! Yeah. So with that end, the peak 20 was 357. So I mean, this is so good. I'm so happy with this one. As I said, this was not, we're going for 34. This was, I just want to finish strong. I just want to finish strong with fatigue in my legs. Do that. Sweat rate count, but never shaving. Diamond bands. Yeah, so I'll keep them going. For me, it's just like it's insanely salty, and so like I chafe everywhere and anywhere. It's incredibly painful. 398. Oh man, 2 watts. And I'm telling you, I almost wanted to just keep going around that bend because I was like, oh, I'm feeling really good right now. I'm feeling better than I did at 340, at 390. So, anyways, this was such a good effort. Or a training effort, I should say. Not an effort, like a proper effort. But this was so good because the peak 20 minutes is what the Alp was the last time. At 357. So I did that and like barely felt it. So that to me, like this was a massive confidence boosting type thing, because it's like if I can do that, I mean, heck, like just honestly increase it by 5 watts, increase the steady state by 5 watts, which is very doable. And then, yeah, once we get to that power up turn, or even before that, start building and building a little bit more, because I could have gone, I wouldn't say I could have gone maybe like 15 minutes at that, but if you said, right, that was I think it was 5 minutes and 33 seconds at the end at 396. If you told me stretch that out to 8 minutes, yeah, I could have for sure stretched that out to 8 minutes. Not much issue about it or with it, and in which case that would put it over 360, which would give me sub 34. So, and I mean, this was really still under 35 without stupid thing. I think it's more these Lancets that are just driving me batty. They've been giving me problems the last week or so, because I bought new ones in the last week, and these ones are just like, they're like, look at this, who put this together? Like, this thing's on like a 45-degree angle, like, and it's like these two are like different lengths. Like, explain that to me. They're different lengths. This one's curved. Like, how did like 1,900 people give these 5 stars? I don't understand. Anyways. So, I mean, I could have kept lactate testing, but I was like, I'm not going to burn 4 strips here. I know this is steady state. This feels like I could keep for eternity. That's banging looking. And I know, like, the colors aren't really exactly, like, that had green in it. That part definitely when I was taking the number, that had green in it. Nonetheless, it makes a pretty picture. That's gorgeous looking. So here's what we're going to do, and then I'll let you guys get going. So let me just track this on my mouse here. So the next time, I actually might start 340 on like, or we're going to have to go maybe a bit harder, but the thing is I don't know if I have to go that much harder, because let's see what like the 35-minute power is, and this is with, as I said, like almost a minute of fumbling around. So, I mean, we're at 300, this is insane. I'm like kind of blown, I'm speechless a little bit. 349 done like that. Holy jumping. Okay, so hopefully it stays cold outside. Man, I almost wish I just started that 10 minutes earlier or something. But no, this was good. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybe I could have gone and done it today. I think I could have. But this was really, really good. Like, so I think what we're going to do, because that's not that far off. That's 10 watts off what sub 34 is doing and as I said, in reality, it's maybe like 8 watts off because there's a whole minute with the power just in the gutter, right? And I literally stopped pedaling for like maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, right? And as you know, even when you're outside, if you stop pedaling on a 10% gradient, the guy goes like, you're going to go backwards, right? And he did. So reality, this is probably sub 35, and it's probably 350. I think I'm going to start, actually, as odd as it sounds, I'm going to start the PR attempt at 340, and that sounds too low, because if you're trying to get to 360, 340 sounds too low. However, if I do 340 for 20 minutes, and I feel great, like I did, like I felt like, geez, this is nothing. The whole time I'm kind of thinking, I'm actually distracted by the fact, I'm like, should I take a lactate sample right now? Maybe I should. Nah, let's not. I don't wanna burn a $2 US test strip. Right now, when that first one was a little demoralizing, seeing it, that's all it was. It was a little like, oh my god, here we go. And the thing has been good, but it does have times where it's impossible sometimes. Like when you're in the middle of an effort, it's really hard. You have to stop pedaling with this meter. That's like that's what you have to do. The idiot at the edge, and I'm going to tag you in this post. The moron in the laboratory who said, I'm going to put the window on the side. I have no idea how you ever got a grant in your entire career. Because for like design or coming up with this thing, I have no idea who ever thought, you know what, that's the best idea on the table. Every other lactate company puts the thing at the end. Why? Because then you can get it like that. I'm going to be different, and I'm going to put it on the side. I'm also going to require 10 times the amount of blood than anybody else, because I went to some nothing school, and these guys all went to MIT or something, right? And this is the best we came up with. I don't know. It just drives me nuts. Like, who came up with this? I want your name. Like, how are you supposed to get that guy or girl, whoever? Like, how? I don't know. Anyways, what was I saying? Yes, and then we're done. 340 sounds really low when you're saying I need to get to 360. But considering the last 5.5 minutes is very close to 400 watts, like, look at this, right? Look how much it spiked the power. Like, that's insane. 397 for 5.5 minutes. 400 for 442, and that could have been kept going for a while. So, all I gotta do is hold 340 for 20 minutes, and then maybe branch it up a little bit to, like, you know, get it to 345. And if it's at 345 with, like, let's say 8 minutes to go, I can get it to 360. Like, based on today, it's very doable. Right? Like, we got it, like, so the last 17 minutes is 360. Right? So that's sub 34. Right? So, any case, this was amazing. I can't wait to look at the data right now. I'm giddy, because this is so good. This is so good for my confidence, knowing we actually don't have to start at 360. Like, it's like, look at the numbers. You started at 340, dropped to like 335 after the lactate fail, right? And then, you know, still managed to get it to 350 watts because you were able to do, because I was fresh and and that tells me, like, right there, like, forget having to take lactate or not take lactate. That tells me right there that we were under. You too, Henry. Thank you. That tells me that we are under we were not accumulating lactate. Because the fact that I'm able to go well into zone 5, like well into it. I don't know what that is percent-wise. That's like, hey Siri. Ooh. What's 350 times 1.15?
350 times 1.15 is 402.5.
So it's like 115% threshold. So the fact that I'm able to go 115% FTP, or FTP, sorry. The fact that I'm able to go 115% tells me that, okay, like, your legs are fresh. And so, yeah, we didn't have to take any numbers. Anyways, amazing. I'm super pumped. Anyways, have a good weekend, everyone. We'll catch you on Wednesday. And yeah, we'll see you do another workout. We might, if we got a race next Friday that goes up the Alpe, we might do it right then. Because this was like a massive confidence boost. Like, to be able to turn on, like, just like go like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't go like getting harder, and then like death. The fact that I was able to go like, no problem, hit the lap button, go into another gear. Like that, I don't know what's a word for that, delineation, whatever, like that, like split between the two tells me that this big chunk of yellow, right, which had some green in it, it tells me that that right there, okay, that was like a super sustainable effort. We were not accumulating any crap in the legs, and I mean, like, you're ready to take it right now, because like that's, to do that tells me that you were really fresh. That's what it tells me. Really fresh in like from a metabolic standpoint. Like, you had the ability to do that, to just hit a switch and go and turn it straight red, not like build it red, to just go, we're going red right now for 5.5 minutes. Any case, good stuff. Thanks, George. You too. Have a good one, everyone. And yeah, we're gonna cool down for a bit more. I can't wait to look at some of these numbers. This is like, whew, amazing. That's the best 35-minute climb of all time. Like, it could have been under 35 for sure without the lactate thing. But my goodness gracious, that last 5.5 minutes is, I mean, put it right, like, if there's anybody who wants somebody on a, you know, cycling, who could do that, hit me up. I think that's pretty impressive. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Let's finish this off. And it is dang cold down there.